The neighborhood had always been a quiet, Maples End mailboxes kind of place until the day Mrs. Halvorson, known to everyone as Karen of the HOA, decided her driveway extended 3 houses down. Her son Bradley practiced entitlement like a hobby. He parked where he pleased and left tire marks like signatures. One Saturday morning, my contractor arrived with a scheduled delivery, and Bradley backed his battered sedan across the curb into the exact spot the truck needed. I asked politely. He smirked and said the spot was his now. The polite request curdled into a standoff of patience and principle. But me being me, I preferred that principle have a dramatic exit. I had owned an old, decommissioned armored vehicle for years, a relic from a film set, painted matte black and more symbolism than weapon. It had been my grandfather's, a man who believed in improbable stunts to settle impossible neighbors. I dragged the tank down the block with 2 friends, the metal growl announcing our approach like a bad omen in miniature, and parked it with absurd theatricality facing Bradley's sedan. The neighborhood pressed its noses to windows and began to film. Bradley ran out, face modern red with indignation and recognition that his daily dominance had encountered a concrete joke. He shouted about lawsuits and called his mother, who appeared 5 minutes later in pearls and fury. The spectacle would have been a cartoon if not for the realness of consequences. I dialed down antagonism and dialed up the ridiculous. I offered Bradley a handshake and proposed a truce, one of those performative peace offerings that are secretly a dare. He refused and climbed back into his car to leave. His foot slipped, the engine stuttered, and the car rolled gently, as if deciding its own fate, into the path of the tank's rubberized track. My friend, who drove the tank, eased forward so the track nudged the bumper. The sedan crumpled like a soda can under embarrassment. Cameras clicked. Silence crashed into the street heavier than any metal. Mrs. Halvorson fainted into a hedge and Bradley stood stunned, dignity smudged. We did not taunt. We wrote down the license plate and left him a note suggesting mediation and a tow company. In the weeks that followed, the HOA met to refine parking rules, and neighbors joked about bringing popcorn to disputes. Bradley learned painfully that entitlement does not scale well against theatrics. And I learned that spectacle can solve small injustices if wielded without malice. The maple trees kept watching, unimpressed. In time, Bradley apologized. The HOA softened rules, and our block returned to its sleepy rhythm, wiser, wary, and oddly entertained and reflective.